Hello everybody, it's me Cam, I'm the Reaper here, and welcome back to World of Tanks. In today's episode we're going to be playing a little bit more of artillery, and I want to talk about some things with, I guess, wargaming, and some new quote-unquote news. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's been confirmed. It's coming out in the fall of, or sometime in 2019. So, I mean, we don't have that much longer to wait, but it's coming. So, first things first, a lot of people say wargaming is a wallet warrior, like, game pretty much. I mean, they're making it, what they've started to really do is they've started to, go off and lessen the amount of credits you make per game, because they want people to go in, buy gold so that they can turn that into credits or buy credits themselves. They want this so that they can make money, and it's a whole more or less scam, actually, really is what it kind of can be considered as, but you know. And they've done a lot of tanks. There's a lot of tanks that don't face tiers that they should face, as I will now bring up one of, okay, the Russians, that's a whole broke country and it needs to be refixed. I'm going to bring up one tank in Pacific here. It's the Tiger 1. The Tiger 1 is and was one of the main heavy battle tanks for Germany. It was a beast. Actually, that is not the best picture of a Tiger. So I'm going to go real quick to the premium tanks and show you the Tiger 131, which Tiger 131 was an actual real-life Tiger, and it's the only remaining Tiger that is still working. It is in the Bovington Tank Museum, and it is very cool to go see. If you ever get a chance to go see it, I would definitely suggest you go see it. There it is right here. So this is what the Tiger 1 tanks look like. Tiger 1s are a scary freaking tank. I mean, if you were actually a tank crew, you'd get shredded. Now, notice that this tank is at tier 7. It's tier 7 heavy. So, what were the tanks that were in World War II that a majority of the Tiger would have faced? Let's first off roll over to the American lineup. With the American lineup, we will go to about here. This is where we will be. The main American front line consisted, for their tank combat, consisted of M4 Shermans, or just, yep, this, literally your M4 Sherman, or your M4A3 Sherman, which is this. This is a more advanced version, pretty much, of the Sherman, and a lot more advanced, pretty much. You had Jacksons, Hellcats, your T-37s, which these pretty much start to evolve into what pretty much becomes, after that you pretty much start to get into the American, here's the M41 Walker Bulldog, and this tank was used up all the way till Vietnam, or like through Vietnam, and even a little more until the M1 Abrams. But, so, notice, M4 is tier 5. The M4A3E8 is at tier 6. Same thing with this Sherman. Both of these Shermans are at tier 8. Or not tier 8, they're both at tier 6. We will now rush over to the Russian lineup. A majority of the Russian tanks that were used during a big chunk of the Russian, I want to say, offensive, pretty much, were the T-34, the T-34-85. These were some of T-34, T-34-85s, and the lovely beholded KV-1. And a couple of Su-85s in there, with also, I want to say, some Su-100s. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. That's really more or less the major lineup of the Russian. I mean, and then you kind of had the T-34, T-43, but that didn't really, actually, no. Or was it the T-44? I can't remember. No. It was the T-34-85. That was a new tank. Again, both Tier 5, Tier 6. I guess we can roll down to the British. And the British really... Okay, Churchill's are both Tier 5, Tier 6. Those are two tanks that the Tiger would have faced against. Here again is the Sherman 3, a Sherman 3, and the Firefly. The Firefly was the tank that actually could start to kill Tigers because of its gun. You had that, and that was real. And then you also kind of had your Cromwells and your Comets. Those were the two other main forces for the British Army. Again, okay, the Cromwell is in its spot. I mean, or not the Cromwell, the Comet is at Tier 7. To be honest, I'm not going to point any major fingers here, but literally, look at this, okay? Here's the Tiger. This is where the Tiger would face. For the British, the Tiger would face against this. It would face off against something with an armor profile like this. It would face off against something like this, which the Tiger is never going to penetrate the frontal mantlet of that. The AT-7 is a worse tank. It faces off against, yes, I get it's got a very big weak spot, but if you're just trying to fight it, and this thing starts to face hug you, you're done. You're dead. It's going to kill you, and it's all sloped, angled armor. The Comet, not really a big deal. I mean, it's a light tank, or a medium tank, so it's going to fucking destroy you. I mean, you're talking literally, the freaking Tiger could play against Tier 9 tanks. You can play against the Tortoise in this game. Like, how is that fair? The Tiger is never going to penetrate that. And if the Centurion gets a hold of the Tiger, Tiger's donezo. I mean, same thing with the Conqueror. The Conqueror will freaking just flatten that thing out like it's nothing. Now let's go to the Germans real quick, and I will show you the armor profile for said Tiger 1. Here's the in-game Tiger 1. This is the armor profile and layout. Yes, granted, you slope this, it becomes crazily funny and OP. Now, I'm not going to be one-sided towards just the Germans. Yes, the German lineup, there are some tanks that never really should be where they where they should be. I mean, like, the Panther, I feel like, honestly, the Panther might be a tier lower. Same thing with the Tiger 1. I feel like it should be knocked back a tier just because of, I mean, like, historical accuracy and the time of tanks. Now, the Tiger 2, to be honest, I feel like that really should more or less be a Tier 9 tank, and the E75 and the Tiger 2 both be Tier 9 tanks. Because the E75 really it was just a bigger version of the Tiger 2. That's all it was. They put a bigger engine in it. There's only a couple ever made, really. And it it was just a new replacement for the Tiger 2. And as you can see, in 1945, the E75 was convinced as a standard heavy tank for the Panzerwaffe to replace the Tiger 2. It existed only in blueprints, though. So, again, another point in World of Tanks logic. This tank never actually saw any history. But pretty much, though, the Tiger 1 and the E75 were pretty much the same freaking thing. And it was completely and here is the E100. Most people think a tank this size never existed. It did. I'm pretty sure they created one of these, one or two of them. Now, I can't remember if the mouse. Yeah, they made prototypes of this, but that was it. And my favorite of all, the Jaeger. And this was actually the Jaeger. Even though it's considered a tank destroyer, it is actually a heavy in-field artillery. Is actually what its role was. And pretty much the Jaeger never really existed though, and I mean I love the Jaeger and for how derpy it is. And the real point of the Jaeger was they classified it as a tank destroyer, but it also was a very big artillery. This gun is literally the size of one of the, I can't remember. I know the Gorilla. I think the Gorilla and the Jaeger both have the same gun. But kind of more back to what I was gonna continue blabbing on about. As like the Tiger, I just feel like personally I've played World of Tanks on PC. I've got thousands and thousands of hours on that. I've got almost every tank unlocked in the game. I know every now and then a new country gets added in new tanks. I know there's been some new tanks that have been added. I've yet to play it. And stuff. It's just more or less I just don't really enjoy the PC World of Tanks anymore, because there's right now, and World of Tanks always goes through its phases of where you will just meet nothing but toxic players, the sweaty try-hard players, and a lot of hackers as well, and it's just not fun to play with them. I find on the console it's a lot more, kind of get to chill back and lay back a little more and stuff. And I mean, not anymore, but before, console World of Tanks looked a little better. Not gonna lie. But that, I think, would be it. I just think that like the Tiger 1 should be brought back a tier to face against tanks that it actually would have faced against in freaking real life. Because it goes against tanks that it never would have faced. I think that's really it for complaining about tanks. One tank I gotta show you though. Where is it? That's here's tier 8. Where are you, you beautiful? Is it over here? Here it is. This thing has been pronounced as the most broken. Actually, no, there's two. There's this tank and one other tank. These are the two. There's this, and I forget what the other one. I think it was an American Premium. Are the two most broken tanks in World of Tanks. They're just broke, okay? This is the Object 252U Defender. This is a IS-7 with pretty much... Yeah, this pretty much was like an IS-7, IS-6 mix, pretty much. And, like, think of like an IS-6 and an IS-7 having a child. This is what it would be, pretty much. And if you look in the left kind of upper corner, you can see this was a draft project, the prepared deployment of the IS-6 Heavy. But as everybody knows, the IS-6 Heavy was never put into production. There was one prototype, and that is in a museum, I believe. Yeah, it never entered service. But this is the beast. You can see it's got quite a lot of armor and ammo, but this is its armor profile. You're not penetrating through that at tier 8. I don't care what you are. You're not penetrating through that. You'd have to be a tank destroyer to probably penetrate through that, or tier 10 heavy to penetrate through that. Probably could penetrate through that. Okay, now this looks all well and dandy. Whoops, wrong thing. That's sloped. A shell hits that, like, you have to hit at pinpoint spots. Otherwise, you're gonna just... You're gonna bounce off every time. And this tank, I would say, is very broken. I love it to death. I have it on PC. I freaking love dunking on people with it. But at the same time, it's a very broken tank. And I would agree it's very broken. I would not hold back and say that that is a perfectly well-suited and working tank. No, it's not. It's freaking broken, okay? It's broken. can't really think of anything else that is broken in this game. I know there's been a lot of nerfs, fixes, and stuff. One tank that and why I kind of also like console is, if we scroll down here, this baby right here. God, what it's been, 1, 2, we've got to be like 7 patches, 7 or 8 patches, and a couple big ones since this tank was removed. The Waffle Tragen Alpha 1 E100. This was the worst tank wargaming ever put into the game. They removed this from PC so that Clan War could not have this, because this is an auto-loading 150 or 128 millimeter gun. This thing has a magazine. When it was first introduced, it had a magazine of, I think, it could fire like 7 rounds. Now, technically this doesn't actually have a real magazine, because pretty much, actually what it is there is an ammo store right here, and it's got like an elevator system, and what you can kind of see, so there's the breach right here, pretty much almost in the middle of the screen. If you look to the left of it, you'll see what looks like kind of like an arm, and if you look at it from kind of this angle more or less, this arm brings shells down and slides them in. The gunner and the aimers, they all sit right here. They fire. This is also considered kind of an artillery as well, but it's a tank destroyer as well. This thing, though, was the worst tank ever put in World of Tanks, and they got rid of it. They finally removed it from the game. And it's also got some freaking thick armor for a tank destroyer. Now, I guess we can go over to the next broken tank that has yet to be removed. It's been removed from PC. The FV-215B or 183, aka the Death Star. This thing is broken. This was literally I mean, again, this is kind of a blueprint tank as well. I mean, but it, like, lol. This thing, when it was in its prime and before it kind of got slapped with nerf hammers, this thing could shoot you for 1,500, instantly kill a mouse, pretty much. I mean, if there was a platoon of 2 of these things, to be honest, if they could kill some of the super big heavies, they'd start roaming around like a heavy, and they'd just dunk you in the face like it was nothing. And again, very strong armor layout and profile, and it's not fun to face off against an FV-105, aka Death Star. Its derpy cousin, the Stag 2. This thing is stupid. It's a freaking matchbox. Oh boy, here we go. Conquer gun carriage. This is a tank that kind of got nerfed a little bit. Very fun artillery. I played it a lot on PC. It was fun to play. Enjoyed it. Now I'm about to show you the next abomination that Wargaming wants to get rid of, but people pretty much don't want to get rid of it, because then they've got to come up with a new American Tier 9 artillery. The T-92 HMC, aka the Nuke. This thing, if it were to hit you with a direct shell, it'll kill your tank. This thing will one-tap a mouse if it even blinks at it. God, if it lands on a mouse, it would frickin' just it'd destroy the mouse. If you ever were to play Tier 10 and you ever saw one of these things in a platoon, say of 2, just a 2-man platoon of these guys, if those 2 guys had mics and they were able to communicate with each other and really work well with each other, and you're on the other opposite team, if you clumped up in a ball, if your team even got 2 tanks next together, those 2 tanks are dead in a matter of seconds. This thing, it does not forgive at all. I mean, it's HE. 90 to 150 millimeters. Its armor piercing 278 to 463. 463 is its maximum penetration. Let's go to the German side, the Mouse, because the Mouse is practically one of the most heavily armored tanks in the game, along with the Doom Turtle. 231, 192 to 231. Yeah, the Mouse will get bitch slapped by that tank. And it can get a full penetration and send you to the gulag, pretty much. Russia doesn't really have any good artillery. The Germans, they got a pretty decent artillery. That's about it. I'm grinding down to the American because I want to be able to nuke people. I want to have a tactical nuke incoming. But I think that's really it. And now I guess we will start up on... Now time to talk about that news. The something that had been confirmed. World of Warships for console has been confirmed for release. Well, it's been confirmed in the making. It is so far, people can speculate it will be released sometime of 2019. I'm probably saying around 2019 fall. We'll probably see a 2019 spring or maybe midsummer closed alpha, open beta. Definitely some bigger YouTubers like I say like the Mighty Jingles. He definitely will be on top of that. Hey, look, Tiger. Wow, yeah, that's amazing. Didn't know I could play against them in Tier 5.
Capture and hold the marked objective. Let's do it.
And the Tiger 1 has been confirmed. And World of Warships has been confirmed for console release. It will be very interesting to see how they do, what the take on the game is, what they're going to have in the game, and how it will be played out in the game. Now, I have not played a lot of World of Warships. I just don't really have the storage space for it on PC. So it makes it a little bit difficult to say to play it pretty much. And I mean, it's from what I've played, the little bit that I've played of it, with either removing a bunch of storage space and making room for it, it's fun. I mean, if you're playing it by yourself, you're not gonna have as much fun. But if you're with some friends and you can have someone to talk to, you definitely can have fun with the game. If you're not able to talk to anyone, really, it becomes more of a, oh, look at me, I'm literally just grinding this game out. Wow, so cool. Wow. It's kind of how it feels. And you just kind of feel like, like you just don't really want to play it at all. And it's not really fun to play either. Oh, that's because I was like, wait, what? It's all the way down there. IIS.
They're trying to capture our base. Fire.
Fuck. But, from the little bit of World of Warships I've played, when it does release, I will definitely be putting videos up all the time, and I will even try to live stream. And if my internet is willing to cooperate properly, I will definitely get a lot of video content out for World of Warships, just because of how fun the game is and how actually amazingly awesome the game is to play. Oh, there's two of them in there. And no one's gonna make an attempt to do this. They're just like, yeah, no, artillery's got this, don't worry. Oh, he's tracked? Awesome. Anyways, but with World of Warships, I will pretty much be playing battleships. I'll pretty much play a majority of everything. I kind of like everything that there is. I like the
Focus on this area.
I like the aspect of being able to play battleship and just nuke people from across the map pretty much. I always find that really fun
Enemies in our
and encouraging to do. It's always something just fun to play and do. Or now all the heavies actually gonna freaking come in the base as they've almost capped it.
loaded and ready. Let her rip.
Freaking don't worry about the stupid tank destroyer. Let artillery deal with that. Fucking Christ. You have 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, game.
Fire. That's gotta hurt. Man lost this one.
Wow, dude, you're so stupid. This is what I can't deal with, is trash teammates, and that's the only thing I have an issue with, is the trash teammates. Like, look at him. Hello? Fucking god, dude. Like, seriously, dude. This is a tier 7 game! And I'm a tier 5 artillery, and I'm doing 1,000 damage. One guy on their team did 1,000 damage. The Panther almost did 2,000. God. Fucking Tiger. Tiger fucking 1. It's fully upgraded. Fucking 330 damage. It's fucking disgusting. Like, what the fuck were they doing? We literally had we had 2 fucking mediums that could have gone in there. Because literally, what was in there was, where is it? It was the T-34, and I believe the IS. Fucking, you could kill that. Okay? If you fucking nuke the T-34 quick, you could easily take that IS out. God. Fuck. Man, just welcome to my fucking world of Tanks and me wanting to be so pissed off at noob teammates like that. Like, I'm trying to get up in freaking shit. And I can't when you got freaking trash teammates. Because they can't do anything because they stupid. Fuck dumb. A bunch of fucking nerds. But when World of Warships does come out, if you don't, I mean, you will find out very soon when I actually do play World of Warships. I love the Japanese battleship IJN Yamato. I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite battleships. It was just such an amazing battleship. I mean, like, it had a very short life, but it was just such an amazing battleship. I mean, like, one of the biggest battleships ever created and to ever exist, and just, you've got the freaking honor to just, I mean, there's part of just a thing of what's called, like, respect, more or less, and I mean, that's what makes it really, really fun to play. And having to be able to play the Yamato, you just do. You feel that little edge of respect that you've always wanted to have. And it's fun. Okay, I'm just looking real quick to see where I can shoot. Okay, I can shoot almost all down. And I can shoot on the edges. I can't shoot there. Can't support anything there. Okay, I can support up in little pockets. For majority of it, though, I can kind of support. I know I can support all of this all the way up and down this, but wow, they are damn tight camping. But when World Warship does come out, I will be playing a lot of I will grind down the Japanese battleship line. Play the Yamato a shit ton. And then I'm probably going to want to grind down the American cruiser line. because I feel like that'd be fun to play and just something new to do. They're probably not going to engage him, so I'm going to take the lash. Okay, he's moving. Gonna dunk a shot right there. That might hit him. Are you kidding me? I was one shot off. Wow, he's smart. What is my shot obstructed by? That's my question. What are you obstructed by, you nerd? I'm gonna go up on top of this hill so I'm not obstructed. But I'm probably gonna play a lot of American Destroyer. I love the American Destroyers. I love the USS Fletcher, USS Gearing. There's a couple other destroyers in there. The lower tier destroyer gameplay, it's not as fun as when you get up into higher tier. I'm kind of hoping they give away the premium USS Kitty, because that destroyer is really fun. I believe it's a Gearing, or no, I think it's actually either a Benson or a Fletcher class destroyer. I don't know, but it's a really fun class of destroyer to play. You can turn it very fast paced. If there's not like a community of people that don't actually like watch a shit ton of World of Tanks, or not World of Tanks, World of Warships. You know what? I honestly want to kind of just commit Sudoku. I might just shotgun blast someone, to be honest. I'm tired of waiting around. I mean, this is a terrible map for artillery in the first place. So just running at someone and just ready to shotgun blast them with it would be hilarious. Those two tank destroyers are gonna freaking push everything that way. Oh, no way. Wait, is that M6 below the bridge? If he's below the bridge, you know... Oh, that's a T-20. Yep. I freaking love it, though, how you can get one-tapped as artillery. Like, dude, seriously, I get it doesn't have any armor, but come on, man. Seriously? Ah, there's another thing that I'm going to bring up right now, because it forces me to want to bring it up now. Wargaming and the health pool it has. If it didn't have the health pool, Wargaming would be a beautiful game. But they've got the health pool. They're stupid and dumb. What they should do is they should do what fucking War Thunder does. A module, like a damage module, okay? You should have crew, and the whole body of a tank, okay? Not just, oh, here's a health bar. That gets nuked. You're done. Because I've literally seen parts where it's like you'll be playing and you just literally watch like a freaking tank come around a corner, get shot, get tracked, and get shot like 4 times in the face with high explosive and it's dead. It's like, dude, how is that realistic at all? Like, at all, in any point, how is that realistic? Like, it just baffles my mind how they think that's so realistic. Wow, we lost out of that really quick. It just baffles my mind how, like, what goes through your mind? Kind of like wanting to say pretty much, because it's just like, what? Damn. I still need to make 200,000 more, and then I could buy a tier 1 tank and sell this. Oh, that was my fan. But that's the thing, though. It's like they do that, and I mean, it's just like, I mean, once freaking once War Thunder gets their whole naval thing actually fixed, like, not fixed, but I mean fully operational and actually released to the public fully, I mean, literally, you're talking about a company that will bring down Wargaming fully. I mean, they will start to lose customers. Wargaming will lose customers left and right, and they're either going to have to do drastic changes and stop being wallet warriors, or they're going to have to completely make a new game and switch everything up. What I'd like to see, though, is once War Thunder gets everything put together, I'd like to see them put it all together. Slam it all together, maybe. I mean, like, maybe some of the tank warfare, not so much. But I know putting the air and sea shit together would be amazing. Having like 100 on 100 naval battles kind of stuff would be amazingly fun to play, and it would be so cool. I would enjoy it. I feel like some other people would enjoy it, and stuff like that. But that kind of reminds me, I might actually re-download War Thunder, and I might actually play it again, and kind of just play it to enjoy it with you guys. I know on my channel, War Thunder did very well. It was one of my best preceding things. I was just at the time when I made those videos, I wasn't really feeling the War Thunder aspect of the game really, and I was like, well, I'd already played it a lot, but I was just like, nah, I'm not really feeling like making this kind of like a series really. And I know I don't get videos out a shit ton there every now and then, and they're really sporadic. I mean, I can put one video up like 2 months later, oh hey, here's a video, this is why I didn't put it up. And I mean, it's really douchey like that, but at the same time, I just don't feel like always sitting there and kind of just recording something and just talking. I mean, like, yes, sometimes that's fine, and I'm fine with doing it right now. But there's other times where I don't want to do that really, and I'd rather just play the game. And I mean, I know like some people though, like, that can get pretty boring to just sit there and never have a person talk about anything, and it's so like, okay, this is so boring, and then they just leave. Um, One thing that is going to come to in the future that is going to come to the channel is going to be Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 is going to come to the channel. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. I don't know if it's going to be like, okay, here's this. I don't know if it's going to be just, we're going to play some matches. I don't know if it's going to be live streams. I might do live streams for it. I might just do like pre-recorded videos and stuff like that. We're going to Battlefield 5. FS19, Farming Simulator 19, has been confirmed. It's going to be released in September of some sort, because that's when they always like to throw them out. And I'm going to hop on that. Don't you guys worry. I'm going to try to make Farming Simulator a kind of weekly thing. I mean, I'd like to base my channel around kind of something like that, like FS kind of Farming Simulator style. And if I can get really kind of decently big up in that, if I can get a couple hundred or so subscribers, and just even from live streams as well, that'd be really nice. And I mean, I would definitely be willing to say, one, I dropped down my PlayStation. I mean, like, yeah, you can already see my PlayStation name in most of my games, so it doesn't really matter. I would definitely say, add me, dude. I would literally, like, if I was doing live streams and I got enough followers and people that were really interested in playing with me, okay, that sounds weird, but playing Farming Simulator with me, I would be willing to hold up multiplayer servers. I'm kind of a person, to be honest, I enjoy doing a lot of silaging in Farming Simulator. I know that's what I did a lot of in FS17. I really enjoyed doing that. It's fun. I kind of just find it as a fun thing to do. But I just never really find a multiplayer server that wants to do it as much as I like to. So it's kind of just a kind of thing. But with FS19, we've got John Deere finally. John Deere finally comes to the game as part of the ag program and stuff like that. It'll be fun to do. I will try to make that either a weekly thing. That's probably what I'm gonna do. I might do it like every Saturday or Friday night, or probably do it every Saturday, to be honest. Do it maybe every Saturday at that, or I might do it this Saturday or another Saturday and stuff like that. And it's also kind of that thing of like, oh, you know, you kind of have to pretty much, I mean, I'll be in school, so like, and it also depends, because I might come home and some of my friends we might want to play Rainbow or something, so I might, if it's like that, I will normally try to go ahead and maybe make the video a little bit longer. I'm gonna try to stick around maybe around a 40, maybe 40 to 35 minute long videos with FS 19. There will be off camera stuff. I will do a lot of I will be doing stuff off camera. It's not like I might have some stuff now if I were to do like a multiplayer server, trust me, I will I will definitely be cleaning the server every Sunday. If I can find someone that's also kind of dedicated towards that and just wanting to help clean all the machinery, refuel anything, put stuff where it should be, sort some stuff around maybe for when the new logins start up, that's definitely how I would like to have it. Another thing though I'd like to see with FS19 is kind of like, say, like a permanent server, because I know like with like FS 17 and like PC, there's permanent servers. Like, I think it's called like a dedicated server, and I mean if it means I have to rent the dedicated server, then I will rent the dedicated servers out. But that won't happen until I'm up until I've got a decent amount of viewers and followers and subscribers and people that would rather just want to play with me. I'm not going to start kind of wasting my money on that kind of stuff. But I think that's it really for today, guys. I don't want to keep blabbing on too much and bore you to death. But yes, that is about it. There's probably gonna be another Fortnite video sometime here, so don't worry about that. Anyways, guys, this is K-Man, aka The Reaper, signing off.